Good morning, Choice Residential. Hope your day's off to a great start. So today I want to talk about something that will hopefully help keep you organized and on the right track with your transactions, and that is using task lists within DotLoop. And actually, we use task lists. Those are what you'll see at the bottom of your loop that show you what forms you still need to submit for your loop to be complete. But did you know that you can actually create your own task lists that are for your transactions? And they serve as basically a to-do list, what you still need to do within your transaction. So think about when you take a new listing or you put a listing under contract or you put a buyer under contract, what things need to happen, what tasks need to get done. And you can create these custom task lists and assign due dates in order to help keep you on track. And I want to show you how to do that this morning. So if you'll come into DotLoop and just click on the templates button up here at the top, that's these two sheets of paper. Click on that. It's going to bring you right here. Yours is going to look something similar to this, and you just come down to tasks over here on the left-hand side. And this is going to be the task list. So you're going to see the list that we have already created. These are the checklists for your loops. You cannot edit these, okay? But you can see what's here, and so if you are ever curious what documents potentially are needed for different loops, you can find those here. But what we're going to do today is create a new task list. So over here to the right, click on this button that says plus task list. And we're going to give it a name. So let's say buyer under contract. So this would be a task list we're going to use when we put a buyer under contract. And then we can just simply come in here and add tasks. So maybe one would be order home inspection. Maybe review inspection options with buyer, right? That would be a good one to make sure you're actually asking them what home inspections they want. Send contract to attorney. Send contract to lender, deliver diligence fee, etc., etc. So there could be any number of things. And this is something that the more transactions you do, the more things you'll realize that you need to keep straight in your transactions. And this list can continue to grow. Now, you can also place due dates on these, but for your template, you probably don't need to assign due dates. But when you assign this task list to your loop, then you can place due dates on there. So another one might be due diligence period ends. That way, when you have this, you can simply assign the due date of when your due diligence period ends. And DotLoop will actually send you an email reminder letting you know when these things are coming due or if they're past due. So that's how you can create a task list. Now, if we look at another sample one that I created over here, a new listing to-do list. So when you take a new listing, there are a lot of things that need to get done as you're preparing to take that listing. So you can create a listing checklist for that. I want to show you something else cool while we're on that topic of listing checklists. If you go over to the intranet, which is choiceintranet.com, get signed in, click on Office up here, and then click on Documents. And if you just type into the search bar, start typing listing, you can see all the different relevant things that come up with listings. By the way, if you haven't taken many listings before, I suggest you come in here and take a look at all of these different training videos that we have. These are short and sweet and talk about various different topics that will be helpful as you're taking listings. But I want to show you quickly this new listing checklist. Because what you can do is take the items from this new listing checklist and put them into your task list within DotLoop. So for example, you need to research, is it on a private street or not? You need to pull the deed and confirm the names match. If it's an LLC, you need the operating agreement. Check the tax bill to make sure there's no outstanding property taxes, and so on and so forth. These are items that you should be researching for every single listing that you pull. But you can take these items or something similar to this, a list that maybe you have created, or take this list and you can add to it. And add these items as task list items in DotLoop. And then every time you're creating a new loop to take a listing, you simply apply this task list to that loop. And now you'll have this list of all the things that you need to do as you're preparing to take the listing. And that list can also encompass items that happen after you go live with the listing as well. And then a listing under contract task list. So these are ways to help keep you organized in your transaction. Hopefully, if you haven't used task lists before, this will be something great that you can implement and start utilizing. And make sure that you check out this new listing checklist that we have at choiceintranet.com. Until next time, take care.